Hello everybody, this is Terry at Lithos and Lasers, and today I'm going to show you how to do an offset sign. You can see some examples of that in the background here. We're going to make the normal sign with Daryl's files or whatever files you like, and then we're going to put an offset on it to make it just pop, stand out more. And it is not very difficult. I'll be showing you how to do this in Adobe Illustrator. Same kind of technique will work in your other software like Inkscape. I'm just going to show you how to do it in Illustrator. I'm making these out of the Home Depot chalkboard slash whiteboard on the other side, and it works great. Also takes paint really well. So let's go ahead and get started. We're going to open up a file. I think I'm going to grab maybe a golfer. We're going to start out normal, just typing in a name. Let's go about 2 inches on him. Oh, that's nice. So this is just your normal sizing, making sure everything is touching. We can either resize this whole thing and stretch it up, or we can just pull everybody together here, which is what I'm going to do. Need to make sure that these are overlapping. As you can see, I'm not quite there with the L. So we'll just drag it up a little bit. Bottom looks good. We'll see how the top is. We're going to create outlines. I like to weld it once, weld it again, and this blue line here is a cut. So we need to adjust our size because we don't want the bottom of our letters to be cut out. So let's just grab it, pull it down just a tiny bit, and weld it again. And that is your basic personalization of one of these signs. So now we're going to go ahead and go to Object, Path, and an Offset Path. And these numbers you just play with. I like a 5mm. Looks nice. There's a couple of options over here. You can see kind of what that's doing right there. And I like to do the round one. So and then we're going to select all that. So we're going to grab this part and pull it out. So this is your back. I like to now take these holes out. You can leave them. It's just preference, but I like to delete them. If you grab one of these nodes with your direct selection tool and you hit delete on it twice, it'll delete the whole thing. Then we'll just have a solid space behind the name there. And we won't have a bunch of tiny little holes to cut out. All right. So we've got our back. We've got our front. Let's blind you here. We're going to just align those together just so we can see what it's possibly going to look like. Make our artboard match our size. Speaking of size, we need to size this. So with both of your layers selected, we're going to grab them both, and then we can put in our size, right? So we could say this is going to be 5 inches, and there you go. We don't want it 5 inches though. I do 10.9 on just about everything. In this case, 10.9 for the width, because we're going to cut this sideways, and it's going to be 17.225. I like to export these as a PDF. If you export it as a SVG, I've found that the size can change. So, go for it. Offset. So now we will go to the Glowforge and import that. Glowforge is off, but you get the idea. These are going to be cut from Home Depot chalkboard / whiteboard. I do all my cuts on the chalkboard side, as I found that any cuts I do on the whiteboard side, whether that's fast or slow, tends to crack and bubble the white surface. So if you want to use the whiteboard side, I recommend masking the whiteboard side, putting that face down on your Glowforge bed, and then mirroring your image. So when you pull it up on the white side, it's natural and it looks good, and there's no charring or anything. So I'm going to rotate. I have found that for the chalkboard, 150, 2 passes works really well. Autofocus and then manually set focus. I was doing 132 1 pass, but sometimes it can hang out in a spot a little bit too long and char it a little bit. I do not mask the black side. Any charring that comes up wipes off with a damp paper towel or something. It stinks, but it wipes off clean. So you also want to make sure that you set your focus height here, or your material thickness. Home Depot stuff I found anywhere from 0.18 to 0.20, so I'm just hanging out in the middle at 0.19. I had some problems cutting yesterday. It just wasn't getting through stuff, and I know these settings worked. And basically, after you do a couple of cuts with this stuff, you want to go ahead and pull your lenses, pull your mirrors, and give them a good cleaning, because this stuff seems to get them dirty pretty quick. So what you would do is you would set one of these to ignore. Go ahead and do your cut. Take about 15-20 minutes, depending on if you use this size and how detailed your design is. So here we're cutting the front. When that was done, we would set the back to a cut, and we would set the front to an ignore. Now we're going to cut that background out, and 2 pieces of wood, obviously, and marry them up, and you're done. So I hope that was helpful for you guys. You can always hit me up on the Glowforge world. I'm Terry Paisley. I am facebook.com on lithofanes and lasers, and you can hit me at lithofanegifts@gmail.com. All right, thanks everybody.